You're a Filipino, you've just heard about opportunities teaching English in Thailand, and you're interested in the job. Let's see what you need to do so that you can land the job and get to Thailand. Good morning. The video today, we're going to be discussing Filipinos going to Thailand to teach English. And we'll have a look at the required documentation you're going to need and the processes that you're going to need to go through, whether you get your visa in Manila at the Thai embassy, or if you fly to Thailand as a tourist and then do a conversion of your tourist visa to a non-B visa in Thailand, or do a visa run to Laos to get your new non-B visa after you find a job in Thailand. The first thing I'm going to look at is the documentation that you need to make sure you have ready before you even start applying or looking for jobs. Many people send off resumes hoping that they'll get lucky and land a position. And it's not about sending off a resume and hoping to get lucky, because there are more jobs than there are applicants. If you have all of your documentation ready and you can escape from the Philippines, then the chances of employment once you reach Thailand are about 100%. You've got to really mess up badly or be missing documentation to not be able to get work as a teacher in Thailand. There are 5 sets of documents that you're going to need to get ready before you come to Thailand. So we'll look at those in order. The first document that you need to get ready is your degree. Most schools would prefer graduates with a degree in education, but they will accept and applicants with degrees in other fields can get work as teachers legally with visas and work permits. So you need your bachelor's degree. On your bachelor's degree, you will need to get a CHED CAV, a certification, authentication, and verification from the Commission on Higher Education. Once you have the CAV on your degree, you will need to go to the Department of Foreign Affairs and get a red ribbon put on the degree to authenticate it for overseas use. The next thing that you need to get ready is your transcript of records, your TOR or OTR, official transcript of records from your university. You'll need to bring your original set with you, and you'll need to scan it as well to go with your application, and make sure you have a soft copy that you can print out later if you need extra copies. They should have, at least the original copy should have, it has to be university issued and should have the university stamp and seal on it. The next thing that you need to get before you decide to become a teacher in Thailand is a new NBI for travel abroad. And if you can, you should get 2 copies. And then scan those as well. They have a 1-year shelf life. So just before you leave the Philippines to come to Thailand, you should probably get another one as well, so that you have one with the maximum available time before it's no longer valid for use in Thailand. The next item on the list of documents that we have to get is your TOEIC test certificate. The TOEIC test is a visa requirement, and there's no getting around it by any other way or means. It's It's a test of English language proficiency. The minimum score required to obtain a visa to work as a teacher in Thailand is 600. You'll find that most schools will require at least a 700 level proficiency on your TOEIC test. The TOEIC test comes in two parts. The first part are the passive skills, reading and listening, and that's the part that's required if you want to come work as a teacher in Thailand. The other part is the writing and speaking skill tests, and those are not required to get a visa as a teacher in Thailand. In the Philippines, your options for getting the TOEIC test done. Hopkins is the test agent, the test center in the Philippines. They have test centers in Baguio, Angeles, Makati, and Cebu. They also do testing in Davao, but it's not a fixed location, so you'll have to contact them and find out when the next scheduled date is and what the testing location would be. In Thailand, there are two TOEIC test centers that regularly do testing. One is the main TOEIC test center in Bangkok, and that's in the 3BB building, and it's located just north of the intersection of Asok and Sukhumvit roads, or if you're looking at an MRT BTS map, it's about a kilometer north of the Asok BTS train station, subway station. The other location is in Chiang Mai. One of the points to note is that the test center in Bangkok quite often gets overwhelmed with people needing to take their TOEIC test to renew their visas or get new visas, or who are coming over and didn't have a TOEIC test ahead of time. For that reason, there can be wait lists of 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks even during their peak test period from April through July. So if you plan on coming to Thailand during the peak hiring season, get your TOEIC test done in the Philippines before you fly. Nobody's going to hire you without a TOEIC test certificate. So make sure you have one, otherwise you'll end in Bangkok and you'll find that you've got a 4-week wait list for your seat at the test center, which means you're waiting for 4 weeks, spending money out of your pocket before you can even find a job. So get your TOEIC test before you fly. The cost in the Philippines is 2,000 pesos. The cost in Bangkok is 1,500 Thai baht, which at current exchange rates is still about 2,000 or 2,200 pesos. So there's no cost saving to doing it when you come to Bangkok. It's just cash out of your pocket. And hoping to get a job so that you could pay for the TOEIC test is unlikely to happen unless you're a very fluent English speaker. So get your TOEIC test done early. The fifth item on our list of things to get ready is your passport. Many Filipinos have passports, some don't. You'll have to contact your local DFA office and apply for a passport if you don't have one. If you do have a passport, make sure you've got more than 1 year of validity remaining. The reason I say that is your visa, your contract will usually be for a full academic or calendar year. And if you don't have the validity time remaining in your passport, then you can't get the visa for the whole year. And the cost and difficulty of replacing a passport in Thailand is far greater than it is to get it done before you fly. So if you've only got 1 or maybe even 2 years left on your passport, go down and get a new one. Just tell them that you're going abroad for an extended period of time and you need a new passport, and they'll issue one without any problem or question. They'll just cancel your old one and give you the new one, and you're ready to go. The reason I say that is the cost of obtaining a new passport in Thailand is currently about 3,600 to 4,000 pesos, compared to about 1,000 pesos to get the job done in the Philippines. So if you have too much money, then don't worry about it. If you don't have too much money, then make sure you have a new, or at least a couple of years remaining on your passport before you start looking for jobs. So that's the 5th and final piece of the documentation that you need to get ready. The next step in the process is, once you've got all your documents ready, scan them, go down to the local cyber cafe or a friend with a scanner, and scan your documents and prepare your resume. Once that's done, you can go looking on sites like Dave's ESL Cafe, adjarn.com, adjarnjobspace.com, jobs.db, any of the other job listing sites, Serious Teachers, and start looking for a teaching position in Thailand. If you just send your resume, you will probably just be ignored. If you send your resume and scans of the 5 documents that are required to obtain a visa, your degree with a CAV and red ribbon, your TOR, your TOEIC test certificate, your NBI, and the photo page in your passport, you send those all off along with your resume. You'll be taken seriously because the employer knows you're ready to fly. We'll talk about the visas and getting out of the Philippines in the next video, because those are significant issues for Filipinos who want to travel abroad. And there are a few ways to do it. None of them are easy, and none of them are cheap. The whole process of going abroad as a teacher, you're probably going to spend, not including airfare, you're probably going to spend between about 10,000 pesos over several months. So be aware and be prepared. You're going to need 2,000 pesos for the TOEIC test. You're going to need money to get the CHED CAV. You're going to need money for the NBI. You're going to need money for the DFA red ribbon. You're going to need money for a replacement passport or your new passport. And then there will be fees associated with OA, POEA, and obtaining your overseas employment certificate if you decide to get your visa before you fly. There's also the cost of the visa itself. If you get your visa in Manila, you'll have to have the front money to obtain your visa, because no employer is going to send you cash and hope that you're going to actually get your visa, rather than take the cash and go out and spend it on the town. Okay, that's it for this one. We'll wrap it up for now. I'll have part 2 of this video for Filipinos wanting to come teach abroad, posted up probably tomorrow or the next day, and in there we'll discuss visas, exiting the Philippines, POEA and OEC clearance, offloading by the Immigration Service in Manila, and some of the other issues that frequently come up when Filipinos try to find work abroad. Thank you, and we'll talk to you all later.